Today, we are talking about anger, a natural reaction we all experience that can shatter even the strongest relationships. If you want to protect what matters most, start by making others feel truly seen and understood. I will show you exactly how. Contrary to what people believe, you can control intense emotions, even at the point where you're about to explode. Anger occurs when we feel threatened, mistreated, frustrated, or perceive injustice. By the way, I'm Peter E Silverback. For the past 10 years, I've spent most of my time trying to understand emotions, its direct effect on behavior and eventual success. I've helped people just like you turn energy from emotional outbursts into a strength. In this video, I'm going to show you how to manage your anger emotions so you remain unruffled by events. Let me introduce you to the dissolve anger approach, a 5-step solution to managing angry moments. To control anger, you must first understand the psychology of anger. When angry, there's a neurochemical and psychological chain reaction in the brain that can override reasoning and make us lose control. This dissolve anger concept I'm about to show you can turn your breaking point into a breakthrough. Just when you're about to lose, it'll help you win. Here's what happens in the mind when anger takes over. We experience an amygdala hijack. The amygdala is our brain's threat detection center. This instantly floods our brain with stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. The fight or flight response mode kicks in. Our prefrontal cortex, responsible for reasoning, impulse control, and empathy, goes partially offline. As your emotions surge, your thoughts become more reactive. Our emotional brain sometimes overrides the logical brain. By the end of this video, the dissolve anger approach will equip you with practical tools to stay calm, focused, and in control, no matter how intense your anger gets. Wait till the end, as it will all fall into place. If you like what you've heard so far, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Let's get into how to control anger. Step 1. Recognize the triggers. First, pause and ask yourself, what actually made me angry? Most of us react before we reflect. That's why the very first step is to slow down and identify the real trigger. Say someone cuts you off in traffic. Your pulse spikes, your jaw tightens. But is it really about the car? Or is it the deeper feeling of being endangered or downright disrespected? Now, imagine you're in a meeting. Annabelle, a co-worker, interrupts you. You snap without thinking. Later, you realize it wasn't just about being cut off. It was the sting of feeling overlooked, maybe even invisible. When anger rises, ask yourself, what just happened? What did I feel beneath the anger? Was it hurt, fear, embarrassment? Anger often points to something deeper. It's not always about the moment in front of you. It could be echoing an old wound or a deeper sense of injustice. The better you get at naming it, the more power you have to rise above it. Identifying the triggers is fine, but it's never going to work on its own. You must combine it with the other 4 points I'm about to show you. So stay with me till the end. Step 2. Identify your thought patterns. Anger isn't just about what happens, it's about how we interpret what happens. Sometimes our cognitive awareness becomes a little distorted, making things seem worse than they really are. For instance, have you ever caught yourself trying to second-guess what your neighbors think of you? Perhaps you imagine others assume you're out of place or not refined enough to live where you do, but is that what they actually think? Or just what you're afraid they might? Or take a moment with your partner. They may have responded coldly to something you said, and your mind jumps to, they don't love me anymore. The truth could be simpler. They might be distracted, tired, or carrying something they haven't mentioned yet. When anger stirs those kinds of thoughts, stop and write them down. Then ask yourself, is this completely true? What might I be assuming without real evidence? Answer honestly. These questions are more than reflection. They're a way back to reality and to peace. Now, anger is just one of a host of emotions. There are others like emotional intelligence, assertiveness, confidence, ambition, perseverance, and more. Soft skills to help you really stand out or lead a vibrant team in a work setting. Step 3. Challenge and reframe the story. Your imagination and perception shape the way you interpret the world. That's how you form opinions, through the lens you choose to see through. So, when a thought feels distorted, pause and examine it. Challenging a thought isn't the same as denying your feelings. It's how you clean the lens so the picture becomes clearer. Take a common situation. You send a message to a friend and hours pass with no reply. You assume they're ignoring you, even ghosting you. In a world where people expect instant responses, it's an easy conclusion. But is it true? Reframing the story keeps you from building unnecessary anger. Instead of, "They're ignoring me," you might say, "They're probably just busy. They've done this before and always followed up." I remember once thinking my teammates had intentionally excluded me from a lunch meeting. I felt hurt, rejected, and angry, only to find out the invite landed in my spam folder. That experience taught me that my first thought isn't always the full story. Here's a simple trick. If a friend told you the same thought you're having, how would you respond? That same advice, calm, rational, kind, is often the exact reframe you need to give yourself. For this dissolve anger approach to work, you need the complete blueprint, so stay with me till the end of this video. Step 4. Choose a healthy response. You now understand where anger comes from, the psychology, the amygdala hijack, and the body's fight or flight response. But knowledge alone isn't enough. The real power lies in how you choose to respond when anger rises. The first step is simple, yet vital. Pause and breathe. Anger pushes you to act first and think later. Don't let it. Anger is just an emotion. You are the thinker, and you get to choose the next thought. Everything starts with simple thoughts in our minds. A dominant thought becomes your focus. Your focus becomes how you feel, and eventually, how you behave. When you're about to react angrily, make your next dominant thought be about reframing the situation. Instead of engaging in a shouting match, speak with calmness and clarity. Let your next move be a conscious one. Use the I statements. Say, "I felt hurt when you said that," or "I felt disrespected when you borrowed my things without asking." This changes the tone. It turns confrontation into connection. It invites dialogue instead of defense. And if the anger feels too overwhelming in the moment, step away. Breathe. Give yourself space. Return to the conversation when your mind is clear. That isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You might not choose the trigger, but you always choose the meaning you give it and the response you allow. Anger doesn't control you unless you let it. You are always more powerful than the emotion. Always. Step 5. Reflect and reset. Once the anger has passed, take a moment to reflect. Every emotional storm leaves something behind, not just wreckage, but insight. Ask yourself, what was this really about? Sometimes the situation that sets you off is only the surface. The real issue might run deeper. It could be an old wound, a repeating pattern, or stress from somewhere else. Be honest with yourself. What was the most significant part of the problem? And did you handle it in a way that reflects who you want to be? Your outburst at a friend might not be about them. It could be stress from work or something you're avoiding within yourself. In moments like these, the lesson isn't about guilt. It's about growth. If stress is the hidden cause, then the next time your first step might simply be to pause and decompress before you speak. Keep a journal, not just of what happened, but how you responded, what you felt underneath, and what you learned. With time, you'll begin to notice patterns, and more importantly, progress. This is it. You now have the complete process on how to stay emotionally calm and composed despite the worst provocation. Please, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
If this video helped you, our next video on overcoming bad habits could help you even more. Watch it now.